with Lulu in particular, she has so many targets that she can kind of stop with her polymorph. And for Nico, kind of is going to have to be main or secondary engage alongside the Vi out his lane. And Sion is a champion that you can kind of get away with that kind of style.
Early play here onto the mid lane though. Doinby gets stunned up by the Unraveled Earth, but it's going to get matched up by Aki. 2-man seismic shovel, send people back. Beishwan in to try to make it a trade, but right now it is just first blood going over NIP, and Aki and Doinby should be able to walk out scot-free, not overexposed in a 1v1.
It's going to be an early dragon here for NIP. I'm getting confused because I see two Ezreals on the map, but I know Leave is on the bottom side here, and PP God is the one that's holding that top lane wave. You should have an idea, like, oh, this is Nico up here in the lane.
First move in mid.
What else are they going to be able to do here? Aki does not have his ultimate yet. Even if he steals a grub, he won't be able to hit level 6 in time, so they're going to be reliant on a kill. PP God, though.
Wow, 1xN already has to jump away with that flash. Doinby coming in, steals away the Crescent Guard, and sends Satab straight to his doom. Leave picks it up with a Mystic Shot, and now Doinby's fighting this 1v2, and liking those odds very, very much so. One more auto secures the Feat of Warfare already, and now the target is Hoya. He gets knocked up here by the Searing Charge. He went way too far forward, knowing that the rest of his team was already dead, and it's just an absolute wipe for Ninjas in Pajamas. They're up 4-0 already in this game.
They get 3 kills there, and we said coming out of draft, the supports were going to be very influential on this game, and already seeing that here. PP God finding a flash, Tangle Barbs, gets multiple summoners now out of ThunderTalk. It's probably just going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Beishwan should be able to get in here and finish off this objective, but already the Feats of Warfare going over to the Ninjas in Pajamas in a very good state of the game when you look across their lanes here.
Yep, you know exactly that Beishwan is looking for this play. Actually allows for Aki to make a little rotation mid. Remember, Satab doesn't have flash off that earlier play. Aki just jumps over the wall, and it's just easy pickings potentially as Satab doesn't take a lot of damage just yet. There comes the Kingslayer forward. Doinby just needs a little bit more damage, and he'll pick it up with one more auto as that turret aggro was juggled beautifully. However, he's going to get matched here by Hoya, who uses the Unstoppable Onslaught down to the mid. A fully charged Decimating Smash will result in the shutdown, and the first kill going over to TT. Doinby uses the Stolen Away, didn't have ultimate, and is able to get out alive.
Now kind of giving up some of his advantage. And it now means that for them trying to kind of focus down Satab in the mid lane, NIP are going to be giving up some of these objectives. There's also going to be a Grubs that is just now spawning early on, so they get that trade going on for themselves, and I think it does minorly kind of advantage TT.
Oh, wow. Now,
oh
TT,
no, Leave!
For another play on to Leave. He just is unable to do anything, already shifted away, and gets shut down here by Beishwan. You all right, Hawk? What's going on?
Dude, he just shifted in place! Leave! No, 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 no! It's gonna be now 4 Grubs, or 4 or 5 Grubs going over to ThunderTalk. What the hell, man? I mean, that's an uncharacteristic mistake coming in for Leave now. As
oh, hold on.
We're gonna be seeing them, okay.
Maybe he steals with the Buster Shot. Beishwan's able to ulti and keep himself alive for now. Here comes the call of the Forge God. It's gonna knock up just as Jin's out, but that's all that they're going to want. Target and reward being that second grub, making sure it's not a 5-to-1 split instead of it's just a 4-to-2.
And what I do want to see from TT is stuff like this. Maybe not like this. Wait a minute.
No, Beishwan very, very tanky. Does a lot of damage with Olympica's Lightning as well. Dashes over the wall to take down PP God. However, he's going to get ulted here by Aki, but he's just using it as an escape tool as Leave is once again in the middle of everybody once again and just gets taken down. And Doinby has to flash away from the Wind Becomes Lightning. It's 2 more kills over to ThunderTalk.
And this is incredibly worrying now because 4 Grubs, you have the Demolish, and you have this Tristana. ThunderTalk are going to get so much work done in the next few moments here and could potentially even recall and reset getting ready for the Herald. So ThunderTalk are going to come out big winners here in these last couple of trades and find themselves with a gold lead coming out of this.
Okay, 1xN though, he's in trouble. His jump gets canceled. Oh,
Buster
shot! Beautiful Buster Shot to get Aki away, and that means Doinby is left out to dry. Another kill goes over to Beishwan.
What are we doing?
Forge God though, it connects on the 1xN. That's what NIP needed. It's a little bit of momentum, and now Satab is going to get down, taken down as well. PP God claiming that kill. Beishwan still a lot of HP, a lot of healing as well with the Sundered Sky, but will finally go down to Leave.
Bungie just gets a very little vision right there.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was thinking This is really weird to try to go.
I agree. Not full reason to go for that. The one win is that actually Shanji was able to get a lot in terms of just gold off of, I think, a whole tower or just a bunch of a wave somewhere or other, as Hoya is getting targeted here. doinB steals away the unstoppable onslaught, looking to try to chase down Hoya. I think it'll be pretty easy for them to do so. Instead, going to try to go to make it a good death, take down this wave, get as much farm as possible, as the rest of the map has been opened up a little bit for TT. Because of that, the Dragon should be theirs for the taking.
But look at what's now being lost for this. They used the Herald in that play just to get a single top tier one. I think this is a flurry of errors coming in from NIP, and in the picture-in-picture during that entire time, they engaged onto PP God. He has no flash.
Oh, nice flank though.
How
Two
does he get
flashes used, but
landed?
1xx still gets knocked up by that wild growth. Here comes that cease and desist. They take down the Tristana. And now with that numbers advantage being in favor of NIP, they can make their way towards this Dragon. And Beishon's going to have to go for some sort of steal if they want to pick it up.
I don't know if they're going to be able to go for this anymore. They have no 1xn. Sitab has no ultimate. I kind of want to see in the replay how that ult from Shanji landed. We're gonna
doinB steals away that Sensei ultimate. Has been very valuable in some of these team fights so far. Shanji gets stunned up here by that Unraveled Earth, but here comes the Call to Forge God. It only finds one target. Hoya flashes away, but is still very beefy. He's going to have the zombie passive as well.
PP God!
PP God, though, lands a knockup with the Pop Blossom on it, too. Going to get followed up here by Aki, but it's going to be a trade. Beishwan still full HP. Satab issuing out a ton of damage. Beishwan has not died just yet. Looking to find another kill with this underside proxy a little up, but no, it's going to be Leave giving himself a triple kill as NIP find a huge win in that team fight.
And that was incredibly close. Even I like this from Sitab, just using the ultimate, try to delay this wave from hitting the turret. PP God finds a massive Pop Blossom onto 1xn and Feather and blows open this fight. We saw how close that was with the Sundered Sky from Bichwan and Sitab throwing another rock. Let them play with a little bit more HP. ThunderTalk are going to try and pincer them here with Bichwan coming over top, but the Dragon's already gone.
Knockup will land here with the Decimating Smash onto PP God combined with that Seismic Shove, but it's not nearly enough to take down the Nico. Meanwhile, Hoya could be in a little bit of trouble as Beishwan gets dove on upon by Shanji. First kill, going over to Leave. Aki trying to 1v1 Feather on the backside, but now in the zombie passive, Hoya going to try to do some extra damage here. PP God going to land the knockup here with the Pop Blossom onto Beishwan, take the Jin down, and now 1xn and Satab on the wrong side of the map, and so is all of TT. Will they be able to do anything to try to keep themselves alive here? Don't think so. There goes that ultimate, and 1xn is down.
Sitab is just going to have to take the Weaver's Wall right back to the base, retreat with his support, and grab themselves the Otacon.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the easiest composition to maneuver around if you are that Ezreal. A lot of tools that are going to try to be diving on top of you, a lot of skill shots going to be thrown at you, but he's done.
We're looking down a 5,000 gold differential. There's some experience difference. Look at the difference between Leave and 1xn. 3 levels between these two.
Yeah. And it's looking pretty rough. Looking pretty rough for Satab as well, as he just gets bursted down after the Call of Forge lands on top of his head. Here comes the stolen away unstoppable onslaught. They're looking straight for the backline carries. Feather goes and pops that wild growth, but now 1xn is fully targeted and fully taken down. Hoya the next on the menu, as this is a domination, a clinic for Ninjas in Pajamas as they push down mid.
They're just going to look to end. There is no minion wave here. We kind of got to see Hoya's body end up kind of pushing for it. With 5 members, they have a lot of HP.
There's 1 minion alive, but they're not even going to need it. Beishwan just gets 1 shot, and all 5 members of NIP are going to head on to the Nexus at 26 minutes with a dominant Game 1 win over ThunderTalk.
Are not very many mobile members from NIP. This Alistar is going to get value. The solo lanes in ThunderTalk can very easily access the immobile mages and the AD carry of this Misfortune. And it'll be up to NIP to kind of get a little bit creative here.
Was Aki has to jump over the wall, and that's a huge win for ThunderTalk on that major objective trade.
I think Aki just needed to kind of escort at least one of these lanes, play off of their priority. Losing the Smite fight definitely doesn't help there. And we also saw that in mid lane, doinB, despite getting the back a little bit earlier than Sitab, actually lost out on priority because Yone was able to teleport first here, Grapes, because we saw with the fact that you have this Victor versus Yone matchup, the fact that the Misfortune and Braum are typically going to have easier and better times being able to skirmish with their opponents. We didn't secure Dragon priority. We missed our timer to be able to grab these grubs at the same time. So whether or not NIP are going to be able to kind of get those fights that they love to invite.
And the biggest reason that that would work here for this late game scaling competition is if you're able to get some of these major objectives. As I say that, PPGod could be in some trouble, has to flash away. 2 piercing arrows for the price of 1, thanks to the blight stacks, allows for first blood to be secured here by ThunderTalk, and a really nice flashing ace from Feather will make it a 2-for-0 special. Some extra damage to these turrets. However, as we say that, it might not be a full 3-for-3 split.
Uh-oh.
As Beishuan, we saw this worked out before. It looks like Aki not going to want to deal with it, and so actually, I take it all back. And now
wait a minute.
Ward, he can get fully jumped on here with Feather as well as Beishuan. He goes on target, will flash over the wall, and will be able to survive. But that's another 2 grubs going over to ThunderTalk.
Has ultimate, Beishuan does as well. If they catch him under the turret, they're bringing multiple members here.
Here they go. Public execution on top of the Glacial Prison. And Shanji, a little bit too aggressive, trying to clear out that last plate. That is the feats of warfare. Going over to ThunderTalk. Going to be starting this one up. Again, major objective control is big, and this is the composition that ThunderTalk want to fight with here in this 5v5. Don't be on the flank on the Victor, but already the engage is going forward. It's Dragon is secured here by Beishuan. Fate's Field lands. Aki forced to go invulnerable, and PPGod getting a flashed on here. A really nicely signed W2 from Beishuan, stuns up 2, and does a lot of damage. Stays up flashing forward. Another great engage from Feather, and Leave will drop as well. ThunderTalk at the Dragon and 3 more. This is really impressive stuff from Feather. I know that sometimes been like focused on more like the enchanters and things like that. Maybe some of the more supportive like picks where you kind of sit behind a little bit more. But this time around on the Nautilus, or sorry,
tier 1. I mean, with 5 grubs should be going down. They can even break open mid. This could be a large kind of style of play here for ThunderTalk that generates a lot of gold for them. You're going to see NIP trying to overload on the other side of the map with Doinbi and Shanji joining up.
The tower is secured here. As looks like the Soul Laner is doing a little bit of dual pushing here, alongside Aki, I should say, as this Rob's not going to do enough to try to defend this tier 1. So Leave's going to have to join the area. Does have bullet time. Let's try to clear out some of this wave. Meanwhile, Soul Laners are doing some big work. It's actually then a knock up here onto Feather. Force to pop the Unbreakable Will. Aki coming forward one more time, waiting for the ultimate expire before Leave throws out any extra damage, and they will finally be able to take Feather down. However, look at the bottom side in the picture-in-picture. It is Doinbi and Shanji still pushing in onto the tier 3 turret with only Hoya here to respond. He gets locked into the cage. He's already used the dash. He flashes away from the public execution, and Hoya will go down. And now the tier 3 turret really under fire, but Beishuan is here to try to make it a stop to the play. Doinbi hiding under the bush, running out of mana. He probably will go down here in this fight. Heartsteel proc comes out. One last auto, and the E with the Permafrost, and Beishuan will finish off the kill.
In the LPL so far, he has a pretty dominating lead, and we need to see him step up in this game if ThunderTalk are going to try to win back in this series and give themselves a fighting chance for Game 3.
2.5 thousand gold is a lot of money here that SaTab has. You can already see like the item diff starting to come into play as that mid lane turret, not long for that world either. Of course, got some support for the rest of the team. And there's going to be the 3rd dragon. I mean, this is just so ThunderTalk dominated here in this early game. And now transitioning into that mid game. I find it hard to find an angle for NIP to get back.
I'm glad that Aki is testing which side of the wall he can jump through.
Main win condition right now for NIP is to try to find some picks and stuff. ThunderTalk doing a good job at playing together, grouping up as they're starting up this Otacon buff. NIP in the area, I just don't know how much damage they have to try to burst down.
It's already gone. Aki's nowhere nearby.
The Otacon very, very low. You already see Feather flashing it on Doinbi. The Victor's tanky, but not tanky enough just yet. He pops the Death Ray and the flash. He's trying to get away just a little bit longer here. The first kill already going on to Leave. Beishuan flashing in over on top of the Victor. And there is a little bit of disruption here for Shanji, who joined the fight, but he joined it way too late. That is 3 more kills into the hands of TT.
And the Otacon still being taken with those Blood Roses.
Just playing with his food right now. He is so tanky. Nobody does any damage to him and just uses his body to secure Hoya full control over that bot side to pick up that tier 2 turret.
So, you know what's surprising is that out of all of their 2-0s, they did have a 1-2 series where they went to 3 versus Invictus Gaming. So, you know, Invictus did end up still winning that game, but also kind of blue side Warriors. So we'll kind of see if how ThunderTalk are going to be able to close this one out, because NIP, they don't have the same amount of team fighting, right? Like, who is going to be able to hold all these targets in place for the Misfortune? Is Shanji actually going to be allowed to play side lane when all the lanes are this long and he's losing?
Not when you get ulted on like this, as Hoya with the public execution combined with that Glacial Prison. It's Yorick. Was dead before he even came back to life, seemingly. Zombie goes down. Another kill going into the hands of TT. Varus. That's going to be Soul. Pretty instantly here for ThunderTalk. NIP really just have nothing to say about it.
And NIP were thinking maybe we could try to rush a Baron. Maybe we could try to make ThunderTalk feel a little uncomfortable. But all they do is get themselves the Scuttle. They'll lose the Soul. Again, you have Voracious Audica. Oh, Doinby, no!
Oh. Not Doinby's game this time around. Aki next target here, as we're maybe looking for a game almost as dominant as game 1 was here for Ninjas in Pajamas or more. Setab now fighting 1v2.
Oh!
He's level 17! 25 minutes into this game, a 5-level lead over Leave. Picks up the kill. He's 5-0-2, and ThunderTalk are pushing down mid.
That's just going to be the end of the game. Hoya doesn't even have teleport, so he's just going to be saying goodbye from the other side of the map. And ThunderTalk clap back in this series against Ninjas in Pajamas.
Hoya just gets to farm to finish off this game. Game number 3 on the way here. ThunderTalk admirably punched back against NIP as they got kicked in game number 1. 16-2 final score, as they actually will beat the time that NIP took to beat them in game 1. We're headed to a decider.
I don't know if I like this jinx here, Grapes. I feel like you're in such a tough spot. If ThunderTalk are able to get a good first punch with Feather and Setab kind of linking up, maybe there's an area for them to get those hyper procs, but you're playing Jinx into a Leona. Being able to reinforce on a side lane is pretty important. Shanji now probably going to be going down, at least lose his flash.
Yeah, here comes Feather. A nice dredge line as well, right after the flash is proc, but there's not enough damage. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Hoya could be in some trouble, recipient of the same treatment as PP God just taken down to below 1 tower shot left. Leave in a really bad spot, and that means that first blood is secured here by the Ahri. Setab collecting it, and that's another kill over to Beishuan. ThunderTalk are up 2-0 again.
Okay, look, if this is the ThunderTalk we're gonna get, I'm okay. I just didn't want to see another match where ThunderTalk come in, we're like, oh, we're excited about these some of these rookies and kind of developing pieces, and then they get absolutely stomped by NIP. PP God's gonna move on forward.
Yeah, Aki jumps in, lands the stun, Feather flashes away, but it's just still too much damage as NIP finally get on the board. It's Aki who picks up that kill, Dragon available for them to take.
Maybe an answer here onto Shanji. He doesn't have ward here. Oh no. Oh, yeah, just now lands.
Gonna spot him out. Remember, can't get slowed there with the Ixtal's impact, as there comes the needlework as well from Hoya. Second proc connects. All the needles so far connecting as Shanji knows he's dead. Uses the equalizer to clear the wave as ThunderTalk pick themselves up the feet of warfare.
Okay with this, whereas Ninjas in Pajamas, they have a lot of early skirmishing power, but oh my god, Leave.
Yeah, they're already taking a big chunk of damage. Thankfully, though, for NIP, Aki is here to stop Beishuan from going in. However, that could be bad news for Aki, who gets impaled straight back into everybody. And Feather lands another beautiful dredge line. Gonna get matched here by PP God.
Oh, no!
1xN is excited on the Jinx and picks himself up a double kill.
He already down a lot of gold when we talked about his clear. He is now struggling in these ganks with how one note his champion is. Typically, when you want to have this Pantheon, his ganks are really strong, but maybe he lacks a little bit of that damage.
But it looks like Ninjas in Pajamas might want to fight this one, as here comes a teleport to be matched here by the Grand Starfall. As Aki is just going to get impaled, though, in response. 1xN just flashed over the wall. He's still so healthy, but then Leave was going to jump on top with the Killer Instinct, not doing enough damage. The Equalizer will finally burn down the Jinx, and Hoya will be next on the menu. It's a double killing for Shanji, but Leave gets bursted down as well. It's a brawl on both fronts that ThunderTalk end up taking advantage of.
They do that. Too many members have fallen. Doimi hasn't even finished his first item. We don't have a Trinity Force. I mean, yes, you have the static shiv here for Leave. He doesn't even have any of his evolves here. Why? All this damage on a Hoya is nice. He can teleport if he feels like he really needs to be full HP for this play, but PPGod's by himself.
Oh, yeah, PPGod, oh, he might be in a little bit of trouble, that's to say the least. And speaking of trouble, Aki, where are we going, bud? We're on the wrong side of the map, blast coating over just basically to your doom, as that's going to be Feather picking up the kill. Jinx now fully excited as ThunderTalk might have a big dominating team fight here. There's a third kill picked up for them. And here comes Leaf. He dashes forward the killer instinct. Charm goes wide. Hoya still alive. The hook lands on Adoibi. He's trying to find something back. He barely will be able to fall, but finally Leaf will get himself a trade. Another 3 for 3 across the map.
He is nowhere near these items completion. So I feel like NIP are pulling the trigger too early, and they're putting the game state in a part of the map that is just not playable for them.
So now that ThunderTalk have picked up 2 dragons, fighting on these neutral objectives is going to become more and more important, and ThunderTalk going to have the advantage there, just having that front to back.
Potentially a Herald here started. They don't really want to give over mid priority.
Oh, PPGod
try and fight.
Getting caught out again. The face checking went just way too far as Hoya locks down the kill.
Oh, Patron!
He lands a max range impale onto Shanji. Leave ulting over to try to find something, but it might just be toast. Satab dashing forward, looking for Doinby. It's a 4-for-1 fight for TT. Oh, and a max range Charmanaki as well. Not gonna be able to finish that one off, but ThunderTalk with 1xN pushing with 3 grubs are gonna break open this tier 2 mid.
They get 2 turrets mid, they'll grab the Rift Herald. ThunderTalk have come to play and finish out this series. On through, it's going to be Shanji on the back end. Aki can use his ultimate here, but he's in no man's land.
This miscommunication, I mean, Doinby's already teleporting bot. There's no way that Shanji is going to be able to get a steal there, and now he's just probably going to pay for it with his life. The tier 1 tower is blocking, but nice job by Beishuan to try to cut him off. Ultimate's going to come in. Aki will join the fight, and actually really nicely done by Shanji. Makes it a 1-for-1 trade onto Beishuan, but still not a good situation overall for NIP.
3 turrets on the opposite sides of the map. Doinby will get a little bit of gold on bottom lane, while 1xN and Setab finish this top tier 1.
Dominant teams here in tournament.
Now for ThunderTalk, their opponents are going to be able to take another turret here. They're at least trying to funnel 1xN, give him a little bit more gold by giving him the last hit. They'll also go for another turret here. Hoya does have the ability to teleport, but he is most likely just going to be carrying, and where the game state is, they are hitting 2 item power spikes on a lot of their carries. PPGod goes forward.
Goes in onto 1xN, but he's already cleansed away. Here comes the ultimate. Aki tries to stun him down. Shanji picks up the first kill on the Feather. Hoya, though, is huge, has the needlework going, and with the Shroud is immune and will not fall. It's a double kill picked up for Satab. Shanji will go down, and another team fight win for ThunderTalk.
Ninjas in pajamas, let's wrap it up. You're already in the homes kit. You have the home stadium advantage. That's nice for you. I'm glad we had the skybox. That's as good as it's going to get for you guys in this game. As another turret falls, as another objective falls with the Otacon here already started for ThunderTalk. And if they feel greedy enough, they can even take the dragon that is just right next to them. ThunderTalk Gaming are in the precipice of finding their 2nd series win, which wouldn't move them up in the standings, but when you think about how long this season is, games like this, series losses like this for NIP could be the difference. You take into consideration items, gold, experience, all these kinds of things. So,
I mean, Beishuan, there's no reason to just not keep going in. If you're this far ahead and you're going to just keep farming kills, why not? As Aki dies for the 5th time this game.
They really need to. You see how much damage 1xN does. Satab. Tries to finally
flashed away from here, but the hook does connect. That is going to be a big target as Doinby will fall. Has not had much of an impact in this game whatsoever.
But they just weren't able to find lead. They get Doinby and Aki, and maybe they're going to continue to try to stall out these bases.
1xN, no cleanse, no flash. The summoner lists Jinx, and she will get burned down. There's a shutdown going towards Shanji, but the trade is going to be big as Satab and Beishuan combine for another kill. Overall, a 2-for-1 across the map, but Satab is still alive. Hoya.
They then have to worry about turning around in a minute and a half's time towards this dragon. They make this play onto Beishuan.
Okay.
Ari's on his way.
He's just so tanky at this point, and it's a beautifully funneled charm in from the Ixtal's impact. And look at Hoya decimating ninjas in pajamas and putting them to sleep. Doinby in a 1v2, gonna get collapsed upon by Satab. Baron might not even be necessary. It's a triple kill it for the Ari, and they're gonna try to make it forward, but it will just be the full ace for TT as they head down the mid lane.
And if they can't end on this wave, well, guess what? They've got a bottom lane wave to do it. ThunderTalk continue to be full of surprises here in the LPL. First it was BLG, and now it's Doinby and NIP.
It's the biggest win that they've had all split too long, as ThunderTalk have been able to walk the Thunder walk and pick up the 2-1 over NIP.
And while there isn't as much setup as I would like for Misfortune, I look over at IG and it's only Rel who can realistically tank a hook or a Sejuani ult this time around. Down onto Scout, great job from JJ and Rookie. But now that they know JJ has crossed over, Sun's like, well, do I just cross through mid and try to find, you know, some of his topside camps? Oh, Rookie. Oh,
okay, we're
Rookie.
just going to look for Rookie. Scout's at level 3. Rookie's got to flash away. I like that Shun's being very aggressive here. A flash after Rookie. He's an auto away from death.
The Raptors!
Oh, the Raptor! Come on! No, it's on to JJ.
What?
And JJ will get the smite and secure his Raptors. You can already see pings going down onto the Raptor respawn as Rookie starts a fight with Scout. He is a level down. No flashes. Shun shows up to the mid lane here, and Rookie's going to get stunned, and it looks like he's going to go down. It's going to be first blood to Scout. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Mako going in, and the Ignite is down on the Missing. Gala trying to get this kill. Missing couldn't hit the wall, and he hits the floor.
At least one grub. JJ is watching, and Rookie is getting close to having his level 6, so he'll be able to realm warp and change positions with his team.
Oh, wait, they're just going to turn on to Rookie here. He's in the middle of 4 members, and that Chaos Storm will take him out. Missing will die on the backside, and now Shun is forced to flash away as Gala and Mako are running at him. The Ignite is down, but Gala's got to flash over the wall because Pays has been untouched. Mako's going to get another kill for himself, but Pays is in trouble. Down to about half HP for the stun onto JJ. Does Mako want to go back in? He is a little low. They're going to flash forward, try to make a play. Mako can. No, he does. He gets the stun onto Pays.
Oh, no!
And the Dream Dust, the dodge, it doesn't matter. Pays falls to JJ.
And JJ on this Lilia is now turbocharged at this point over in favor of IG.
You're so right, Alk. The only person who can really try to slow down Lilia is this Nautilus. But then you're going to have to follow up, right? JJ, if this ultimate comes through, it's not instant. If he's got so much movement speed, he can just run away. Speaking of running away, Shun forced to get out of there. He does snag a grub for himself, but it's been a rough early start for the Sejuani.
Going to be interesting to see what he's able to accomplish on this Jace. It's going to be the first Dragon at 11.5 minutes here, while it seems like JDG are going to be sulking around, seeing if they can make a play after this camp, potentially on top side.
About that damage from the Chaos Storm, maybe we'll elect to see a re-dive. Scout wisely going to limp walk. Victor doesn't limp anymore. He's going to get out of there as JJ secures 3 grubs on the top side.
Wow, 5 grubs now here for the side of IG.
Early on button, that has been really quiet. We haven't seen his Sejuani ult come off yet as Gala looking to punish Scout for stepping up a little bit too far. I think this is a one-on-one that Scout might lose. He flashes away. You still have the chains. They do land, and here comes JJ2, just trying to get a little bit closer. You just got to tag this Victor. He's slowed up. He's trying to get away, and he goes down as the Shy cuts him off.
And now they can just take access to topside, or they can just go right back into mid. You see how much jungle attention they're putting here, as after this play with Scout going down, they're going to try and invade for red buff. Allah is in the area.
Here's the
probably just going to be Mako going down.
Giving his life for the team once again. Probably didn't have to, but he did. Dragging in 45 seconds and getting setups for that, and it's just really not possible right now for JDG as the Shy is going to knock down top tier 1.
First turret going over, which does mean feats of strength completed for Invictus Gaming. Playing to his side of the map is, you know, definitely an option there.
Oh, change the corruption. It's going to go down on the Pays. He does have cleanse still. He's not going to burn anything. As now Mako gets hooked, and the turnaround is here. The bullet time means that Mako will fall. Missing going to get turned on below half HP, but no tags to be had from JJ. So a quick pick for JDG.
Okay, Thashai, how much damage can you do? Not enough. It's going to be the turret still falling.
Down, as you said, big tools. They really don't want to fall any further behind, but Alk Battery, they run the risk of doing so by giving over this Herald as the Shy continues to do things on the side lanes. 2 turrets for him total. It means that these inners are exposed.
And now it just means that mid-tier 1 becomes a lot easier to try to go for ganks. I mean, you can have the Rise sitting behind the turret. You can have and grabbing themselves the first dragon for their side. But...
Oh, Mako!
Oh, no. Mako,
what are we doing, brother?
He is
going to hop
he's
away
fine.
and survive. But this is starting to get worrisome. It's already happened twice.
Spidey sense, he knows. He's like, they're not showing on mid-wave. We know that York is by himself bot lane. They have to be doing something in the river.
We're going to rip a Rift Herald. We're going to rip a fight. Pays has no summoners, and he's stunned over the wall. He's managed to get out of there, though, but everybody's got to run scared for JDG as the Rift Herald got dropped in the mid lane. Mako is in hot pursuit, too. The first turret in the mid lane will fall, and we're looking for a second Herald charge to come through. This is going to be mid-inhibitor, inner turret as well. Alk Battery, another nice map play by IG.
Taking that mid-tier 1 was so important for them to be able to establish priority in this lane and a little bit of safety with that turret behind their backs. A ward from Mako will reveal 2 members of JDG, but this is alone time now for Scout to be able to hit this turret. Pays was able to push this mid-wave, and
it's down to 8,000 HP. Ala continues
but look at Mako with
push
this ward.
As IG have 5 members strong right now. Mako on a ward, looking to Hex Flash over. Maybe cause some disruption. He'll go away, down to about 3,500 as Teleport's going to come in, and Ala's going to join the fight. The Hook's going to go down onto Mako. JJ getting a little low, missing the first to fall. Bullet time coming through, and JJ's got a flash out of there as the Otacon's getting lower, and it's secured by Shun. So the false life buff going over to JDG. Rookie's got to try to get out of there, and he will be able to Realm Warp out with a sliver of HP.
How much more can they grab here? A full minion wave. JJ still has the ultimate, but no flash this time. Really disciplined play coming in from JDG to eventually muscle them out. I like how they were able to play around the bullet time. No, it doesn't pick up kills, but the way it forces them around. The Shy finds a kill, which is great, but it is the false life, so not as much in terms of a real kill. See that JJ is trying to fish for an engage, fish for something, maybe even force missing out here.
On the false life buff, missing. Get knocked out, but he's going to survive. That bullet time is not going to hit JJ at all, but he's kind of stuck in the cage right now. And here's the Mako coming through with a big engage and Shy on the backside. Going to knock 2 back, 3 back to the base.
Look at Scout, though.
Fall too, and Scout doesn't have it, and he's going to fall not before he takes out the Shy.
Big fight there for JDG, and with those false lives, they will just come back right onto the map.
These minions, they know they have at least a little bit of time. This Baron is not particularly quick. 8,000, 7,000. Now it's starting to drop big time. Gala, Rookie, Mako trying to get in and make a play. Are they going to peel off? Yes, they are. They'll turn around to Mako and go right back to the Baron. Teleport coming in. But the Baron secured for JDG as the roof goes down to Ala. He's at half HP. Rookie looking for more. Goes golden to dodge the hook as the Shy comes in over the top to try to make plays. Shun's got to run away, but he's going to fall next. And they're going to go on top of missing and eat a full bullet time, but it doesn't matter. The shields are enough. Pays is going to be able to get away because of the damage he puts out, but IG picks some kills off.
3 members going down, and the Baron is still JDG's.
This Dragon going to get started up by IG, looking to put themselves on to Infernal Soul Point. I do not think JDG will be able to stop them. This Baron power play is in the negatives right now for JDG as this Dragon goes down. Pace.
And I like this from JDG, playing through mid, then looking towards bottom side to reinforce Yorick.
Mako, you silly goose, you did it again. Wow, that's a lot of damage back, but the support for IG falls once more.
Okay, but JDG are trying to make a play around the bottom side of the map. I appreciate the look from missing up your battle lines and pick points on the map that make it impossible.
Here's
Ala has to flash over.
They're going all in on Ala here. The hook from missing down.
This wall!
But JJ can't get into the fight. Ala still going down, getting very low. Here's the bullet time coming through. Right on top of JJ, they take him out. It's a 5v4 for right now, but they're chopping down the health bars as JDG begins to drop. Rookie's going golden. Pays! He's got to make the play. What a flash from Pays! The Shy's on the backside, trying to deal with Scout. It's a triple kill for Pays. He's going ham and trying to chase down Rookie, looking for more. He's strutting his stuff, slowing him up, hitting the double shots, the quadra kill to end the fight, and a big play to save the game.
He calls his shot, finds a play to make this game open, And now, Yanni, we kind of get into a situation where
are just looking to rip this Baron. They know that JDG have to send somebody over to this Dragon. They send Ala down for it as multiple members are up here to pull off IG. So you're sacrificing your soul, IG, just for this control on the top side.
I think it's a massive mistake from IG. I don't understand why exactly we're trying to rush for a Baron that is super temporary. Okay, teleports are coming through. Mako with a massive flank here, and he's no ready. Eyes on him.
He's ready. He doesn't have his flash, but he's got Hex Flash. Missing is going to spot him out here. Mako's got to get over. Everybody's in retreat mode.
Sean, get in there.
Looking to go in. Here's the bullet time. Rookie's going to go golden. The Baron is secured for IG, and they're looking to go and make plays. JJ going to get knocked up over on the side. Scout keeping people away, but Mako goes in and calls game. The health bars are falling low. The realm warp to not take out Missing as he can't get there, Rookie, but it doesn't matter anyway. 4 members fall on JDG, and it's all Mako's doing.
How can they end the game from this spot? 5 grubs and a Baron here. Maybe they ended up making the right play after all. We had criticisms for them whether or not going for the Baron was worth it for the soul, but Missing taking way too much damage, so he's late to the fight. And now IG are going to look to close out here in game number 1 of the series.
Who's up? It's Shun in 20 seconds, and Missing doing what he can, but it's not going to be enough. You should have enough minions. It doesn't matter that Gala's on a sliver. The Nexus turrets will fall. It was not pretty, but it was damn competitive. IG take game 1.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure what kind of support we were getting, because there we go.
Yep.
All right, we're still swapping here. But we'll kind of see whether or not this is going to end up being the case for these two teams. Scout is getting pinged out now.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem for Gala and Mako. This wave is starting to get a little thin. Shun is going to go over the wall, try to target Mako, now turning on to Gala. Gala's got a Valkyrie, but Scout is really quick on the uptick here. Gala is just going to go in, realizing that he's going to go down. It'll be first blood to Scout.
So, Rookie's just been catching this wave. Maybe there's an angle here with the Shy. He is halfway up to level 5.
Make this play on no vision, but then they're also like, well, surely Shun is on the top side of the map, clearing his top side, right? And he just wasn't there, able to punish. And now,
oh my god, Pays.
Now on the top side, hold on, Pays.
Space him, walk him.
Flash, and now here comes the turnaround. Gala getting low, so is Missing. Missing's got a flash away. Mako in the mid of Pays, but is going to fall. Pays gets the kill.
Pays has just been spacing them on this Ashe, and now Gala is like, well, if I stay here, I'm pretty sure I just get, there's a single W with my name on it. That just takes me down here. They're even jumping over the wall. They're trying to make this play. Gala wants to keep this wave. He'll get it now. He'll spot Shun now.
I think
Shun does have flash.
All right, is he going to go after him? I think it might be worth it. He's going to go untargetable, trying to get close. The dogs are barking! And they take him down. And IG hovering around the top side, looking to maybe make a play onto Allah, means that they will drop this dragon too.
Can IG get enough off of this play? It's just Allah by himself. They're losing the dragon.
Right. They're going to CC lock him and exhaust Mako. Going to have to look for a potential re-dive here. But this minion wave is completely gone. And Chain of Crystal Arrow lands on the JJ. No shot! They turn it around.
And a potential plate here for the bottom lane of IG, but another kill goes their way. Now they can even take this bottom lane turret. How many plates can they get?
Strength and a lot of ability to scrap in these early fights, even if Rookie's not at his strongest. But the Pop Blossom going to try to catch him by surprise. The root goes down to the Gala, so he can't really continue the fight. Teleport coming through on the backside. Here we go. Scout joins the fight. He's got the equalizer too. He's going to target out Gala here. Abscond abduct, dead. Mako goes down too. Arrow goes wide. JJ flashes over the wall, but the stolen equalizer will force him out.
State in a very strong opener here. 12 minutes in from JDG.
Yeah, Scout's got his Rod of Ages too. Allah's got his first item. This is really, really tough to play out if you're IG. Man. All right, so what's next, right? You've got the dragon in 2 minutes. Do you have...
It has to be like 2 or 3 items, right? Like Trinity Force finish for Gala is an opening here. Maybe they find something onto Scout.
This would be
There's
great.
a Pantheon ult though to match.
Members. Yep, and it looks like he will go down. We're going to get our first kill. It's over to the Shy.
And now how much turret damage can he actually get? Because we're already seeing JDG.
Your solo laners have their first items. JJ just went back and he picked up the Sundered Sky. So you're really just waiting on Gala to hit that Trinity Force. Meanwhile, up on the top side, Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming through.
Oh.
And it lands flush onto Rookie. And another nice arrow coming through from Paze.
And now you see the pings coming out. I mean, JDG will be able to push this top lane wave, and Missing are in the area and making their way back onto this part of the map. Allah's going to pick up the first turret of the game, however, or yeah, the first turret using those 6 grubs. And it's going to be a lot of gold now here for JDG, compounding on some of this early game that we've seen. Allah gets to survive, 6 grubs and a Herald. JDG are taking this game quite clinically, I might add. As
obviously JDG had looked quite a bit better, but then they're upset by FPX, threw it all into Flux. And Mako is going all the way in, and he might be all the way back soon. Punted out of the fight, though, and down goes Allah, so it ends up being a kill over the Poppy. So nice little pick by IG. And you're just kind of on the back foot at that point now. Shun and friends invading the jungle of JJ. He rounds the corner and finds the Goon Squad as they hop on top of him, and the kill goes to Scout.
Doesn't have the ultimate anymore, and even though the Steadfast Presence got a lot of work done, it is not enough. Or they just have vision of, you know, hey, some people from JDG are not on this side of the map. Oh, we're making a play?
Paw Blossom Missing gets the kill. Everybody tried to hop on top of Mako. Doesn't care. They don't care about the turret. Allah gets the kill. He ends up dying for it, so it could have been a lot worse, but it's already pretty bad as the turret falls.
This game is cooked. Shin is already incredibly powerful. Trying to make this play on a Scout.
Okay. Wow, that was a little funky there, but Scout is able to walk out for now. He's got to try to loop around. He ends up on Vision, and Gala is here. And it does look like Scout will fall, although, okay, yeah, it's a little worrisome whenever an AD carry has to go.
The Shy no longer has Flash, neither does Gala or Mako. So, I mean, as IG now, you're kind of just watching the game crumble faster and faster around you. 6 grubs and a Herald now is just going to completely blow open the base.
First turret has fallen. And one knockout punch from JDG could put this one away as they will secure their second dragon.
The only hope that Invictus Gaming's fans right now, they're holding on to 2018, bro. They're like, okay, the Shy rookie, you're going to have to make some kind of play that gets us back into this game, because with where this game is at right now, we are on the precipice of JDG just outright winning, especially, again, 5 grubs. Maybe this Otacon is kind of the battlegrounds in which they look. I think this is very fake from Mako.
Uh-oh. Alright, Mako not taking that much damage. Pop Blossom not going to land on anybody, but now
he
can't block all the damage. Yeah, he just dies to Allah, and
as Otacon's going to be started up, it's going to run right into the timer of Baron being there as well. Don't think we're going to see too much of a soul with how this game is going right now, and we need to see the soul lanes of IG step up if they want to keep their chances alive.
Well, the false life buff does go over to JDG. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow from downtown. Does not land on anybody. His threat at the moment. You're going to need something incredible here. You're going to need to find a Rumble ultimate that hits many people, and what you don't want to find is the entirety of JDG in your jungle. JJ trying to get away. Did get rooted up, but the rest of the squad's on him. He's got to flash away.
Ooh,
The
Gwen
turret coming down for Rookie, but Gwen, as you said, coming in from behind, looking to split the team apart. Rookie gets engaged on, and below his turret, the Emperor stands tall, but will eventually fall. The Equalizer coming through, but it doesn't do that much damage. The Shy trying to flash on targets, but they just get to walk away.
Okay. They get out of that. We're going to see them start up the Baron here. I feel like this is a bit, a bit wary as to if they can start this. They're half HP. They're going to continue to try to go for this.
All right, Pop Blossom coming through.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Tough.
Great job, JDG. You won this game fair and square. Very
well
dominant showing from them.
Yeah.
Cool. They get themselves the Baron. Mako is just going to have to watch as former teammates and former Worlds winners are going to be taking this. And honestly, only fair that we kind of get a full game series here from these two. It'll be our 6th series to go all the way, or 5th series, all 15 games we had prayed for. And that is going to deliver here. You get stuff done, and punishing the fact that the 2v2 from IG has not been the most solid. we get to see finally the Shy and Ala get their 1v1. It goes over to JDG, and yeah, I mean, they've got 6 scrubs. This game has been over for at least 10 minutes.
I think we're still waiting for everybody to just kind of get together on sides here. You know, we have Scout split pushing on his own. We have Shun shoving in the mid lane on his own, trying to knock down this turret. Missing will finally move over.
Involved in a lot of games. So good job from JDG to kind of exploit that weakness and play towards their strength, which has been Pays, and has been a part of the roster now for at least 2 years, and he is the franchise player. There we go.
Yeah, he heard you, bro. He's like, I got to put on for Alk battery, and he certainly did in the what looks like it could be the game-winning fight. Ala is pretty low. They're going to turn onto the Shy. Shun goes all the way in. And game 1 was Big Bro's getting it done, but little bro Shun gets it done with the rest of his squad. The second Nexus turret will fall. Mako trying to get to the back line. We get a kill on the missing to ruin his perfect KDA. How dare you? That's so damn rude. But what's ruder is the Nexus falling, and the series evened at 1.
Okay, 1-1 here for both of these teams. Playing with their food a little bit is JDG, but this is going to be such a tough game for Pace to win.
Yeah, man. It's going to take so long for him to get online, too. Like, this is really confusing out of JDG.
He completely blows open this play. Like, we're already seeing the Shy. Now he gets to move over and kind of bully Shun. Galio is in the area. Pays can be as well. The Shy is just taking the risk. Yeah. And in mid lane, they're not even giving any quarter.
Yeah, he's used his ultimate, but now he's in a 3v1 right now. Call the Forge God coming through as well. The Shy gets first blood, but finally goes down on the back half, and Mako's got a flash, but right into Scout as IG couldn't link up. And Ala going in a little too close here. Good damage coming out from Rookie. There's a couple of spell rotations left. Maybe looking for a Wayward Charm. JJ gonna go in. There's the coverage from the Galio to try to keep these guys alive. JJ gets taunted in the back of the pit, knocked up, put in the bounce house, hops over the wall, people are low, and in the end, no further deaths.
That dragon knockback may have been the difference between JJ falling and JJ living there to get into that back line. And now it means that JDG still have access to these grubs. They even get the flash out from Pays, so the Shy is doing a lot of heavy lifting, even if it's some dirty work here.
Yeah, really getting the job done early. He has played a very good series. 2 grubs to JDG.
Or Jindong Gaming.
Yep, IG really hoping that they can parlay these objective fights into leads as the Shy's going to pop the Dominus and look for the 1v1 onto Ala. Call the Forge Guy to land on top of him. And Ala is the one to win the 1v1.
Oh my god, I mean, why is the Shy, are we taking this trade? Maybe we're just setting up for Rookie to try to clean up as well. I mean, he's no flash, no mana here from Ala. Should just be a pretty good kill for him. But now this opens up like a pretty big, desperate, like, numbers advantage across the map.
And this low damage composition, obviously early on, your base damages are going to do a lot to get you through it. And as we said, all they need to do is build the bridge for Pays to be able to take over, and right now he has not been disturbed in the slightest.
Moving on down, I think it is very realistically possible that they can try to find something here for this team, as looks like there's going to be multiple grubs being given over. They had Galio, they moved Galio over for this play, and it seems like instead JDG or IG are more than willing to just kind of split the difference and go 3 for 3.
All right, you know what? If you're going to do that, I guess that's okay, right? You know, IG get theirs. You know, you don't typically see a Jax out of the jungle get as much split push time, but it is still possible. So evening up those grubs is very beneficial for IG.
They're holding down this bottom lane wave, and now we're going to get TP
from behind.
Scout doesn't have TP, he can't get here.
Okay, they find the Shy, but there's double knockups coming through. It's taken a long time, but Rookie's finally gotten here. Pays going to try to go over the wall. Jun trying to help out as well. Rookie got exhausted. Cleanse. Pays is able to get away. Jeje just trying to get on top of Shun, but can't even get him with a counter strike.
Shun is even going to have most of his jungle now taken in front of him.
Right over on the top side, Scout going to come through, and he will get that first turret. Shun will secure that blue buff. So
the dragon here, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting too. But you know, I guess they're pretty worried about the potential dragon stacking that JDG could put together with their good late game scaling. So ends up going over to IG, and over on the top side, the Rift Herald taken care of by JDG.
I'm a bit worried for this trade. So it's solo gold for Gala, which is nice. 300 gold in his back pocket is going to feel very good, but I think you can make a very similar trade as JDG when you have this Rift Herald. You kind of see that now in the same way that just happened bottom lane. They're taking control of JJ's bot lane or top lane drag. Oh my god.
Here we go. This is Rookie's opportunity to maybe make a big play. He's going to dash in, and they're going to find the Galio. Missing, trying to do his thing, trying to escape this fight. Able to dash away, but gets charmed up, and they ascend on him like a pack of wolves. Pays has to go over the wall to get away.
Aim on the Ahri. This will now be another turret going over, so Gala has now been able to participate in 2 turret takes. Alla, while in the bottom lane, takes a bottom lane tier 1. I don't think you're too... this is a tool. Missing, trying to see if he can maybe fish onto Mako, but the rest of IG are just lying in wait.
Knock up onto Shun. He gets charmed up, but here comes the Galio. Mako knocked up, put in the bounce house, but trying to survive.
Shy on the
no
flank.
Ultimate. Shy, as you said, on the flank, gets taunted up though. He's got a flash over the wall, trying to peel back to Alla, but big knock up coming through from Alla. Missings in there too. JJ with the counter strike to the back line to Alla, but they peel back and take him down. A 3 for 2 in favor of JDG.
The big ones that I'm looking at, the 2 summoner spells are the most important for JDG, are on Pays. He has his flash, he has his cleanse. It's probably going to be a fight that they're going to be looking for the next couple of objectives. A dragon going over in favor of IG, so at the very least 10 minutes before we have that up and available, JJ is walking on over. They have an idea this is happening.
Hang
They
on.
need to pick on a Mako.
Yeah, teleports are coming in, but guess what? Your guy's going to be a little bit closer if you're JDG. Mako, no flash. Gala's got to get out of there too. He's forced to flash. Rookie with a taunt, but on the backside, big knockups from Missing. Big CC. JJ hops over the wall. Call the Forge God splits the gap on the mid 80 carry as Mako falls, and the Shy is getting pelted by Pays, and he looks good like he's going to dive the turret and take him down.
So the exact horror show that we had for JDG is now coming to reality. They'll get a false life buff, and it'll basically overlap with the...
Spent not doing much. And when you get behind like that against a team the caliber of JDG, they will continue to open up the lead bit by bit as Missing is going in. And here's the call, the Forge God coming through too. Going to try to get these guys in the corner, and they're going to peel all the way back as Mako is going to get knocked up and will go down. Pays gets another.
And does this just start up the Baron? They still have Otacon here. 50 seconds,
lightning
Pays
crash.
lets loose!
A little bit on the side. Scout looking for a little bit of a cheeky flank as the Shy looking to do the
massive
same.
flank from Scout.
Oh, this is huge. They have no idea. They have no idea. The taunt comes through, and JDG come up huge with that pick, and they'll peel back to the Baron again.
And they still have false slice for at least another 15 seconds. JJ is back up and available, but he has half HP
Charm.
here. Look at all the damage that IG are trying to get, but hey, this Baron is starting to peel. They need to finish, or they need to get out of the pit.
It's at 6,000. It's a mighty slow Baron off battery. Another charm off to the side as Rookie just tries to force off all of the knockups onto the Shy. Are they going to turn onto him fully? He's able to get out for now. This Baron is still alive.
Getting low.
Still getting
JJ
low.
can steal.
Mako looking to go in. Charm doesn't land, but Pays is out of the pit. And all of a sudden, things are a little wonky, but they get back into the pit. And it's stolen away by Rookie. IG Rookie. And the turnaround, the solo laners trying to do what they can. Rookie in a 3v1 will slide out, but Pays gets 3 on the back half anyway.
From JDG. And that just barely keeps them in the game. I don't even say it outright helps them win back this game. But Rookie is playing out of his mind this series.
Does Rookie have a little bit more magic? You can see him on a flank. You know he's sniffing around for Pays because that cleanse is still down. They're going to peel back onto the Dragon is IG, looking to put themselves on Soul Point, but the teleport's coming in. JDG does not want to let this go away. It will be Soul Point. The knockup is on to Alla. Missing in Pays, just hanging out on the backside, and JDG will let this one go.
Force IG out from here. This will turn into a turret in the mid lane.
Oh, Rookie.
Rookie is fishing. He just uses ultimate. Okay.
JDG immediately sprint to the Baron. Scout looking for another nice flank here, but this time around, that one brush is warded. JJ has a feeling that he's around the Shy, looking for a flank of his own as the Baron
Okay, they
continues
spotted
to be
him
done.
now.
Here we go, immediate CC lock on the Missing as he goes down. Call the Forge God coming through, knocks up 2. Let's see where Scout is going to get in. Big knock up from Mako.
Oh, wait a minute.
He cleanses, pays, gets to the other side of the fight. He's still alive somehow. He's low, but sustaining. He lives. Pays, you're nuts. Rookie, you're out of the fight. But Gala trying to do his best. Pays cosplay on the backside.
This game, they're going to peel off of this. Aula and Scout are going to be coming into this fight now. And it is just Rookie and Gala. They're going to move out. It'll be a Dragon going over to JDG. The Baron completely untouched in this fight. And we yet again have to find another fight before this game is over.
The blood of LPL Kaisa runs through his veins. He has quietly amassed 4 items in this game. Hang on, they make a pick play to JDG right on top of the Shy. The Shy has to get out of there. He's going to burn Hysterics.
Okay.
He has no dominance for the fight either.
But there's no quickness here for Missing, and the Shy will be able to teleport back into this play. Look at how much
Here we
damage
go, call
he's
the Force
getting
God.
done.
Oh, he
Gala
landed
gets
the
taunted.
taunt. Oh, he missed. He missed. Alla missed. Rookie looking to go in. Missing. Chunked. Mako about half HP. Gala once in. So does Rookie. Rookie gets bursted out. Pays gets stumped, but the cleanse is there. The knockups are 2. The Shy will fall. Mako on the back line trying to disrupt. And Pays looking to get a little bit closer. A 2-for-1 right now in favor of JDG. And they will peel off and head to that Baron.
On the line here for Invictus Gaming. Baron is going to be started. It is at half HP already.
They're ripping it, but JDG peeling off just a little bit. Shun keeping it aggro just in case they want to go back in. Scout regrouping with the team. Mako tries to go in. No engage to be had. Getting low. JJ steals it. It is on top of Shun. Pays in the back of the pit. But now he's starting to come through with the lightning crash. Look at the backside. Down goes the Shy. Missing to the back line. Gala's exhausted. And Gala tried to turn it around. But Pays still alive. Still standing as the rest of IG will fall.
Thank you for all of your teachings. But Wink is just not Pays. He says Gala is just not Pays in this fight. And JDG finally break open this game. They're going to look to take the series over Invictus Gaming.
Pays stands a tier above. JDG stand as a top team in the league. Can IG hold the line? The answer is no. The Nexus falls. And JDG win a phenomenal match.
Wait a minute!
Distance. Hang on!
Wait!
Hang on! Oh my goodness, it's still standing!
And IG make the defense! We're making the victory call! They're gonna get Infernal Soul here, Yanni!
Oh
no way!
This is so insane. This is so insane. The inner turret's gonna fall. The inhibitor turret is getting Chunker's gonna fall. Missing up in 7.
Yanni!
The inhibitor! Oh my god! Oh my god, off battery! IG!
They're doing it already!
IG! They've done the unthinkable on death's doorstep! They reverse the curse! They take the win!
And Beijing erupts as IG make the ultimate comeback!
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.